think in your wildest dreams you would be in, I think is, what state you in right now in the school, Ronaldo, just to
Oh,
repeat for some of the listeners?
oh, I go Lyon College in Batesville, Arkansas.
Right, Lions College in Arkansas. And do you think in your wildest dreams you would have been playing collegiate soccer where you are right now and you know, develop it into the person you are becoming?
Well, this has been a dream of my family and mine since I was at a tender age. Like we all recognize the potentials. Like I want to go outside. I want to keep pushing further. So it was just a dream come true, but it don't stop there. So just gotta keep going.
Yeah, it's a you are work in progress, and also to you are adjusting to a new way of living, a new system, a new development, and you are growing and learning um, in the process, not just physically, mentally, psychologically, and spiritually. Would you say so?
Yes, I was an early bird, but now I'm realizing I gotta be an even earlier bird because to think that I would wake up six o'clock as usual back in Trinidad, but now it's wake up 6, go to the gym, go to class, go to work, and then from work is to run home to get ready for training the very next 30 minutes. So it was very, very weird, but it just that work that's needed to be done. And like I don't people think like, yes, I'm think making things like it's easy here. Like it's very hard. No joke. Like it's very hard, but you just gotta keep pushing and like you just gotta keep pushing and like talk to your family, friends, whatever. They help you get through because as an international, it ain't easy to know that your family's all abroad or they're all on phone talk. But there's that physical understanding with each other. But like just to keep in contact and don't allow the stress to get to you. Like they're all there supporting you, so just gotta keep going forward.
So at this time we can sit down and go out for WhatsApp, right?
Yeah, thank God for what's up.
Thank God for WhatsApp. Otherwise, you will have a just a humongous, you know, phone bill to to
Yes,
to pay. So we said thank God for technology. How did
yes.
you cope? How did you cope, Ronaldo, in terms of the COVID-19? You know, over here in the US, how was the transition in terms of the coping? You know, with the COVID situation.
Well, the COVID situation initially made it really hard to get out because during that time, Trinidad was on the lockdown. So like it was very hard to even apply for my visa. I had the I had what? I had 2 weeks where I got the visa the Monday, and by Thursday we got my flight organized, and the very next week I was to leave. So like it was very weird transition to say like, okay, I'm gonna have this time frame to organize visas, to enjoy family, and then go out. But it was like COVID just said no. I'm giving you 2 weeks, get everything prepared, ship out. So it was really weird. But even to when I get across here, like when I got here, that first semester was still very much online because the cases on campus were really weird. I live off campus actually, but it's still they were very strict with it, so they made us stay inside a lot more. Did that first semester online, and then we all came back out in person last semester there basically.
Beautiful. And you, from what you're saying, I'm gathering you are on a work study soccer program,
Yes,
right? So
yes,
so so you have it even more, have a couple of things inside of there that is going to really, I don't really say I use different words, you know. I think words are very powerful words that you use. And
hmm
I, for your situation, I would strongly, I would say, you know, it's you are being developed. You're being, you know, challengingly
yeah,
developing to go forward and do things. So I wouldn't say difficult. I would say, you know, you're being challenged to grow and to be molded into a certain person, because school in the United States really mold you into a particular person. you
Yes.
know, and different from the Caribbean region. And from what you're saying, your time is just needs to be managed down to a T because you work, you study, you play soccer, and you have to manage that 86,400 seconds every day you have, right?
Mhm. Exactly. That's true. That is
And,
true.
and would you have done anything different in terms of, and I know your preparation to come across here in the States, would you have done anything different? Would you have liked it to be a little more different in terms of you getting ready? And I asked that question for a particular reason, Ronaldo. And because right now I have close to 12 kids, and not just in Trinidad, but throughout the Caribbean region,
Mhm.
who are in some stage of where you were when you were coming.
Mm. Um, Honestly, when I look back, I think out of like if I heard a lot more, it's like how I'm speaking on this channel, like I heard a lot more from people that got through the process and they're now here and speak about how they got through and what it's like. So I think that is what's gonna help a lot of these youths coming up now to know that it's not as easy as what you see on TV. To think that it's all ice cream and cake. There's work you gotta put in order to get here. And even when you get here, it's even more just to maintain. So
Hmm.
the way I see it is that yes, it's a challenge as you say, but it can be done. I wouldn't say
That's
not.
that's the attitude, Ronaldo. I applaud you for that attitude. That's the way it is. You know, you have to, if you really want it, you got to put in the work to get it. It's
Yes.
there. And as I mentioned, the kids and parents, there's no lack of opportunities. And I know you are in the middle of it. There's no lack of opportunities. There's just lack of people prepared to
Yes.
to to take up these opportunities. And you mentioned to us just now, you have a roster of how much kids?
About 30 to 40 of us.
Okay, so you have a roster of 40 kids, and only
Yes.
11 could play. So tell us about that, Ronaldo. What is the ups and downs of that? You know?
Um, I've had my fair problems with it when I first got here, but I've been growing up where I always have to fight for my spot on every team. Every team. When I was in W Connection, it was the same thing. Like I was playing under 15. I was only 13, so I had to play 2 years my senior. And like those kids were built, so I see that I was to work extremely hard for my chance, and that's the same thing I did here. Like I know, yes, there's other people in front of me, but I know my time will come. So I just keep pushing, and coach saw it, and that's how you got the opportunity.
Hmm. And how would you compare the game, Ronaldo, as I said before, in the Caribbean versus here in the US, in terms of the physicality of the game?
Oh, physicality is no joke. Back home, it's more flair, but here the players are 6 foot. I'm only 5'9", so just look at that. And but they were built like so. I saw that I was to gym a lot more to be able to match with them per se. But the physicality wise, they're a lot more athletic. Like they sprint 24/7. They're not. There are some flair players on your team, but some coaches teams we played, they've all they've all used players that just run. Like they're very athletic. So where the flair aspect comes into play, some coaches beat you on play athleticism. So that's the big difference I saw between Trinidadians play to over here. But it's all right. I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, it's like seeing new things. Know how to up your game to match it, or even to even do better than what they do.
So
So
you would say you're in the land of the giants, right?
no, I'm a giant.
In the land of the giants versus your height.
Yeah, yes, yes.
Interesting, man. Interesting. And what is the atmosphere like when you guys are traveling out of town to play games in terms of, and I know you cannot go into too much information in it, but you know, I know you could chat around it because I know you're skillful enough to chat around it. What is the atmosphere like in terms of you guys, you know, having a out of town game, and you know, coaches setting the records for you guys, or also setting the order in terms of it, you know, what time you need to reach to catch the bus, How does that go? How does that happen? If you train the day before, you travel out to town the next day.
Yes, we basically train the day before, and even on that very same evening, coach sends out the schedule and be like, okay, this is time you want to be here. But time game day comes, it's all on us to ensure that we on the bus on time. And like we pick up our own slack. Like it's not just one captain on the team, we're all captains. So we all gotta pick up for one another and be like, okay, this time we need to get it. Because a lot of us live off campus. So it's about 3, 4 of us in one apartment. So that's a group of 4 that keep going and going. And like we all pick up for each other. There's no one skylocking. It's all a team. It's a team. So we all move as a group and let's keep going. Um, yeah, that's how it is.
Okay,
They just
beautiful. In terms of the cultures, I know you mentioned some people there from some of the kids from Brazil. You
yeah.
mentioned what are some of the mixture of cultures that you have in your soccer team?
We got Brazilians, Chileans, um, ice. We got one.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
We got one kid from Iceland. We got 2 Jamaicans on our team as well. I've got 2 other fellow Trinidadians with me up here. And a Spaniard. And a few Americans, but it's more international based. So it's a mix of cultures that's coming together to make this team, and it seems to be moving like a well-oiled machine.
Beautiful. And one of the questions I like to piggyback on that, Ronaldo, in terms of those different cultures, how was your adjustment period to that? Because a lot of people look at us as Trinidadians or people from the Caribbean and they say we speak very fast. How I know you're smiling. I know Ronaldo. I've been out here 24 years, so I fully understand it. But you tell us about it, the difference in it, because I want kids to understand where they're coming to and what they got to do to adjust. Ronaldo, tell me.
Well, when I first got here, the first person I saw was the coach, and like we sat down to speak, and like he just sat watching me in awe because I'm speaking, and he was like, "Are you speaking English?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." I was like, he was like, "Wow, I have no idea what he just said." I'm like, "Yeah." So I've had this time, I've had to like slow down my accent, try to pick it up as much as I can to match them for them to understand. Because even in my workplace, they've had this issue. They're like, when I'm talking to the other Trinidadians, they're like, "Are you all even speaking English?" I'm like, "Yes, we are." It's just very thick. So like it was just a very weird transition because a lot of the other like the Spaniards and them, yes, they can speak some English, but even they have some trouble understanding me sometimes. But it's been weird, but we've all seemed to like work on the accent wise, so we're all able to communicate a lot better now. So I took like what, maybe 2, 3 months to fully be like, yeah, they'll understand me when I speak to them now. Even teachers had the issue with me. I was like, wow, it was a lot when I was like, wow, but it's better now. It's better.
Yeah, you're growing and you were learning and you developing. And as I said, your person,
Yeah.
your person is being developed.
Yes, that's true.
Your person is being developed.
You
That's
never
what is
stop
happening.
developing.
Yeah, that is what is being developed. That person inside of you is being developed to adjust to the culture and the environment that you are in. And as we were speaking just now, and I could hear it from you, your life is taking on a role of more structure,
Yes.
organized, discipline, right? And in terms of you, going forward and getting it done. What are you looking forward to this year? I know you guys are off season because collegiate soccer usually plays here in collegiate soccer usually plays here down the fall season. So what you guys are doing right now as we head into spring?
For this spring semester, we're just basically we have like 6 games to play, but we've been training every day like usual. Because I mean the sport never stops. So we have like 6 games. Actually, we have a game next week, Saturday. Please God, we play University of Central Arkansas. It's a D1 program. So I see that chance to show your worth and be like, okay, we're going against a D1, show them what we're made of. Because yes, we're NAIA, but I believe we have the ability to play just anyone right now.
And to piggyback on that, what are some of the ages of some of the kids in your school? Because D1 could be 21, 22, 23, different ages you could have within that D1. What are some of the age ranges in terms of your school?
The youngest player on our team right now, I believe he's 18, but the rest of us are age, like they're all 20, 21, 22, 23. We have one 24-year-old, but he's graduating this year. So he's on his way out. But I see it as they all bring something to the table, and it's just been going well.
And what about your playing style that you grew up in Trinidad versus the playing style that the coach is, have you guys are playing? Because he's of a total different culture. So you have to, make adjustments to your playing style because it's not about you. It's about the team. It's about the school you're representing. And I'm sure you know by now, in America, they take their schools and they're very seriously. When you put on that uniform and you attend in that school, it's like you have to give your life for the process in terms of what you're doing in the school.
Yes. Honestly, back home, I was a little more rugged per se, to say, yes, that's my ball, I demand it. But when I got here, I realized some of the, sorry about that.
It's okay.
But when I first got here, I realized some of the referees, they weren't too pleasing about it. So I realized, okay, I'm like, yes, I won the ball clearly, but they probably found it was too aggressive per se. But coaching-wise, coach was pleased because I did my job. I'm a left back and I ensured no winger got past me. So I only won the ball, we pushed forward, and like coach was just pleased with that. So like he didn't have to be like, okay, I don't like that, you need to change that. But the more he just like he viewed all of our talents and he was like, okay, I'm gonna work with this. I'm gonna let you know exactly what you need to work on. Me personally, I've had to work on a lot more heading per se because I'm not the best in the air. Compared, I'm going against 6-foot guys most of the times. But I see that he all just saw what we had and he was like, okay, I'm going to work with it. And he's just going to keep improving on it. So he's helped push me to push my attack-minded side of my game more now. So I've become more of an overlapping fullback because I was more of a defensive-minded a little bit back home. But he's encouraged me to keep pushing. I'm like, okay, push forward more. You have the option. You can go. You have that freedom. So we just keep going that way.
Beautiful, Ronaldo.